There's been a lot of chatter online about the opening ceremony of the Olympics. And I just have one thing to say. These Christians need to stop judging us, okay? They need to stop judging people who are different from them, okay? I'm really tired of it. I'm really tired of everyone who is conservative judging people. You know, Jesus and the Bible and all that, judge not, judge not. Like, why? They don't follow their own damn book. And I'm so sick of it. And the thing is, like, the Bible is great mythology. There's a lot of cool stuff you can take from it to write fictional stories, the apocalypse, Lucifer, there's a lot of fun stuff in there. But it's never an excuse to bully someone. It's never an excuse to kick someone out of your family because they're gay, or to attack a drag queen or a trans person, or a gay person or someone with purple hair like me. Um, I'm sick of it. And I'm also sick of the way that people portray any kind of, horned wood god type creature as the devil. Because what happened basically was that the pagans were worshiping gods of the forest, and then the Christians decided to take that image and make it a devil. If you know the Bible, the devil is a fallen angel. So the devil actually looks like some sort of eye creature with eyeballs all spinning around and flames and all that kind of weirdness. Doesn't even have a human form. So I I think Christians should really read the book that they follow. And yeah, angels can come down to earth and be in like different forms. In fact, there's a whole story in the Bible where angels actually like have sex with humans, but they're like 3 or 4 times the size of a human. So that is another thing where we're saying like angels did not even look like anything that would look like a demon. In fact, all the demon stuff came out when people started writing fiction and fictionalizing things, and also like on Looney Tunes and stuff like that. So I highly recommend looking into the history of why these things happened. And, when you think about a devil figure like deviled eggs or deviled hot sauce or whatever like that, it's really the forest god. If you know A Midsummer Night's Dream, the character Pan is often confused with the devil. And that's from Shakespeare. That was actually the first time that my mom explained that to me, because my mom always had this thing where every Sunday we'd have family day. And we started that like, I don't know, like I was like 5 or 6 years old. Like every Sunday we'd have family day, and she would teach us something on the way to somewhere. It might even just be to the park or something like that. But she would play us like a piece of classical music and tell us about that. Or she'd take us to an outdoor play like A Midsummer Night's Dream or Tempest, or she would take us to a cultural festival. And on the way to the place where we were going to learn something, she would tell us the story in the background about how it worked. And we were raised Catholic, and Catholics are not really like Christians. It's very different. We know that there's like a mythology behind it. And, the most important thing really, if you're Catholic, is, just looking at your own sin and what you're doing wrong and how you can be a better person. Now, I'm not saying there's a bunch of priests, not saying there's not a bunch of priests out there trying to do things that they're not supposed to do. But I can tell you there's a lot of Catholic churches out there who have helped me when I've had a hard time. They've paid my electric bill, they've paid my rent, they've paid my water bill. And you know what? That is cool to me, okay? And you know what? I put in those damn hours when I was a kid and as a teenager, and I taught Sunday school and all that BS. So I feel like I deserve that. I deserve it. I put in my money in the church and I went there. But I went to Catholic churches where there wasn't any of that weird stuff, where we were judging people. The churches that I went to talked about helping people. When I lived in Scotland, we went to an Irish Catholic church where the priest was Irish, and he often told stories about, Americans who were good-hearted, like Abraham Lincoln and things like that. He always told us during, the story time what people did to help others. And that's what I've always been drawn to in the Christian religion. But then I come back here to the United States and I see all these people treating people wrong. And I just don't get that. Jesus is supposed to be, the guy who's like hanging out with all the convicts and the criminals and the prostitutes and everything like that. And I've done that. That's how you act like Jesus. You help people who need food and shelter and all of that. You don't go around judging people and saying, oh, you're going to go to hell because you sucked a guy's dick. No, you're not going to go to hell because of that. What's going to make you go to hell is judging people, because that is one of the rules in the Bible that you're not supposed to do. But I put all that religious stuff behind me now. And the only thing that I put out there is harm none. Okay, that is the only rule I follow. Before I do something, I think, will this hurt somebody? Okay, that's the belief that I think about. And I also think about, will this hurt the earth? So call me whatever you want. Call me a liberal, Democrat, progressive, crazy biatch, whatever words you want to use. But I think we should just be nice to people. I think that when they're old, we should give them money so that they can go to their doctor's appointments. I think that when people are mentally ill, you shouldn't just throw them in a hospital and forget about them. You should figure out what's causing the mental illness and help them out. And I think if people have problems trusting people, we should try to help them figure out what the problem is. Did this stem from childhood trauma? And if you're going to fight the system, use your head and not your fists. If you're upset about something, you can protest, but you need to protest with your legs. Go to a protest, hold up signs. You don't need to beat people down. You don't need to break things. And you can stand up for all the things you believe in, like people being treated equally, women and men, and people who are intersex and trans, and black people and brown people and yellow people and white people, and no matter what color you are. Jesus loves the little children, all the children of the world. Don't you remember that? There are red and yellow and black and white. Didn't you go to vacation Bible school? Didn't your parents teach you that? I'm very disappointed in you right now, Christians. I'm very, very, very disappointed in you. Okay? And I want you to change for the better. And I want to think about, are you harming people with your judgment? And Auntie Ellen is done for right now. But if you're judging people, then maybe you should go to bed without your milk and cookies.